First of all, I would like to thank the mercy of God, great virtue of Holy Masters, kindness of transmitters, lectures, and all of you to give me this opportunity to share and discuss the precept for the daily living. And also we will talk about scriptures from Holy Teacher, and we'll get into a little bit of the answers to the truth. The first few pages, we're going to talk about the precept, which is our grand predecessor, pure water elder. That's what he's doing every day. He was doing every day. He is very virtuous. He's a very virtuous person. And we can learn on what he's doing on daily life. We can apply to our daily life. We always think about how do we apply the Tao to our daily life. We can learn from him through this, what he discussed. First of all, the first step in cultivation needs to keep the precept. Do not be too relaxed. Must be serious. Whole simple precept for daily lives. Keep the precept every moment of life, of day. So this is what Grand Predecessor is doing before. He suggests us keep the precept every day and apply to our daily life. And then do not do too relaxed. Sometimes we might be too relaxed when we are alone, especially we have nothing to do. And we must be serious on cultivation, practice the Tao, and propagation. And hold a simple precept every day. If we can do that, then we will be like saints and Buddhas, okay? Keep the precepts every moment of the day. It's not easy, but we have to try to do it as much as we can, okay? And then Grand Predecessor suggests get up early at 6 a.m. sharp. I know it's hard for a lot of people today, especially people at the work and then stay late sometimes. But he said if we can get up as early as possible. 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. sharp. Usually our grand predecessor got up around 3 a.m. in the morning every day. Okay, it's different. That's why he did it before. And then he always go to bed earlier. So it's a little different. But for us, he suggests 6 a.m. sharp. A day's plan depends on the morning. Bow and greet each other. Ask if they slept well. So, especially the people around us, our family member or our members. In the morning, bow to each other and also greet to each other and ask how they are doing. Then, after getting dressed, drink a glass of warm waters together. Harmonize body and mind to let the chi flow freely. Then read the sutras and scriptures. Have confidence in cultivating the day. So, you know what grand predecessors always do every day? Drink a glass of warm water. Drink a glass of warm water every morning when he got up in the morning. So we need to do the same thing. If we want to have a healthy, because this warm water will clean our body after a whole night's sleep, will help to clean the body a little bit, get better flow. So we need get used to that. You will find out it helps a lot to our body. Harmonize the body and mind. Yeah. So in the morning, especially, let the chi flow freely. Okay. So that our body, mind are in harmony. So very important. Okay. Then read the sutra, scriptures. Have confidence. In cultivating today. Okay. So we can spend some time to read the sutra and scripture. Holy Teacher and Buddha suggest us to read the sutras at least half an hour a day. Half an hour a day if we can. Because a lot of wisdom from Buddhas are there. So we can learn from them every day. Okay? Try to do that if we can. Yeah. Next one is diligently recite a passage of scriptures. Learning accumulates over days and months. but it cannot be just for sure. In this way, daily progress can be made. Okay. So when Peter says, so they talk about diligently, okay, to recite the sutra every day, every morning, okay, learning, and we learn every day, day and over days and months. So we keep doing that. It cannot just for sure, just try to show people what we are doing. No, we don't have to do that. Okay, if we do it this way in daily life, the progress can be made. Holy teacher mentioned it. If we can do that in 100 days, especially in this pandemic period, in 100 days, and repentant too, besides reading a sutra, after 100 days, people can see we make a lot of progress, a lot of improvement. People can see we are different. Okay, so try it. So that's what Holy Teacher and Guan Yin Buddha, Lady Bodhisattva also suggest. So try to do that every day. Chant the sutras, whether walking, standing, sitting, or lying down. Speak and act cautionally. Restrain the delusional mind. This kind of living is the same for the people and saints, because Tao is in every moment of daily life. So, see, the Grand Predecessor trying to teach us how to cultivate, okay? Chant the sutra, recite the sutras. When we are walking, standing, sitting, or lying down, means we can do in any moment in the day, okay? And speak and act cautionally, means whatever we want to talk, we have to be careful what we say, okay? Especially we need to manage, restrain our delusional mind. This is probably the most important thing in our daily life, because our mind, we could think so many things in our mind, but we have to be careful. Be careful. One thought is one seed of reincarnation. One thought is one seed of reincarnation. So we come out with one thought, means we plant one seed of reincarnation. Reincarnation means it's a cycle of life and death. So how to manage our delusional mind is very critical for cultivators. Okay, this kind of living is the same for people and saints. So saints are like that every day. If we can restrain our delusional mind, we are like Buddha. Okay, because Tao is in every moment of daily life. That's why we can do that every day. So from this Grand Predecessor, the scriptures, we can learn a lot how to cultivate in our daily life. Okay, how do we cultivate and also apply the Tao to our lives? Okay, very important. Okay, other people say, how do we apply the Tao principle to our lives, to our what we are doing every day? So those are what we are doing. We can learn from Grand Predecessor's suggestions. Okay, yeah. When we speak, we have to think before we talk. Yeah, don't say something we might regret. Okay. Next one is a very interesting one. Do not just eat anything after supper. Sometimes he's talking about after 8. Okay, supper. You just do not eat anything. Sometimes we eat the supper and then we eat the dessert, or we have all kind of stuff. Especially some people eating very late. I think in USA we are probably better situation. I remember in Asia situation right now, a lot of people still have go out to eat even midnight. A lot of people, so that's not good for our body. Okay, the reason because our body really need our organs need a rest. So do not eat anything after supper. Okay, and then Grand Predecessor say, if you have clear or maybe we call light tea and fruits are the best. Even Holy Teacher and the Buddha suggest if we can, we don't eat 1 day a week. 1 day a week, we will be very healthy, because in that case we can clean all the stuff in our body. Okay, or sometimes we have very light dinner. Okay, try to do that. So try to stay healthy, especially in the morning. we can eat more. Lunchtime is okay, but dinner time we try to eat less, okay, because we don't want to put a heavy burden on our bodies, okay. So that's different kind of philosophy we have to learn from. That's why Gwen Petty says that he lived very healthy until he was 95 years old. Okay, so that's how he maintained every day, and he doesn't eat the food, the breakfast or lunch and dinner very much, just very small, a little bit of food. He doesn't eat it much. Even he got so many dishes on the table. You can see our senior gene transmitter in New York. He also doesn't eat too much. You can check. You can see every time he eat, he just eat a little bit. Okay, so that's why people stay healthy, and then also long lives too. Okay, stay healthy. Recorded all the faults and mistakes in a notebook. Reflect on each and every one and start a new day. So Gwen predecessor suggests recorded all the faults and mistake on a book. So write it down. Which area we can do better? We make mistake. How do we improve? Holy teacher suggests us we have two piggy bank. Means we have two of them. One is for good, one is for the faults or mistake we have made. And sometimes if we do the good things, we put a quarter into it, piggy bank. Okay. Then we make a mistake or we do something not good. We put a quarter to it. And then every 3 months or 6 months later, we can check which one has more, the goods or bad. Then maybe also 6 months later, we can donate those monies. We also have merits. That's what Holy Teacher suggested. Okay. We also need to reflect on each and every day. Okay. Yeah. We try to reflect ourselves. And something happens, always reflect ourselves. Can we do better? Did I make any mistake? Can I do differently next time? How do I improve? Okay, so always tell ourselves that in that case, we can improve cultivating. We can improve our virtues. Keep improving, okay? Those are the area we can improve ourselves. We can learn from Gwen predecessor, what he did every day in his life, okay? So this is very interesting and practical principle we can apply to our daily lives too. Next one, Gwen predecessor is talk about, have I overcome envy and jealousy? Okay. Have I become defensive over my shortcomings? Have I slacked off, become superficial, arrogant, phony, and delusional? So this, the Gwen predecessor tries to suggest that. Sometimes we, in envy, some people are very competitive. They only want to win. They don't want to lose. Yeah, so it may not be too good. Okay, we need to have a middle path based on our Buddha nature. Okay, don't need to be over. Always, every time we want to win, we don't want to lose. The other thing is jealousy. It's very dangerous with jealousy. Okay, a lecture there was talk about when jealousy is so heavy, we jealousy with everything we have and people have. What happened? We might become a snake next life. It's a poison snake next life to come back again. So let's especially we had to avoid jealousy. Very, very important. Okay. He says because some people the poison snake were born today because of jealousy. Okay. We try to avoid that. Yeah. Have we overcome defensive over our shortcomings? Sometimes we make mistakes or we didn't do well. Then people talk about, maybe even tell us about that. Some people even criticize about that. Then what happened? What happened? We defend, try to explain a lot to what our issues. Sometimes we don't need, when we are virtuous, you know what? We don't need to defend at all. Yeah, God is watching. Okay, God is watching. Buddha watching. Don't worry about that. Have I slacked off? Yeah, sometimes we become what? A little lazy, a little relaxed. That's why grand predecessor said. Sometimes we are too relaxed, okay? And we become superficial, arrogant. Yeah, superficial means we do things only on outside. Outside looks very good, but deep inside, we are not really a good cultivators. Arrogant. Okay. Sometimes we really need to be humble. Okay. You can see that what we have issues at this moment right now in the society. Yeah, because arrogance. Okay. Phonies. Sometimes fake. People did not tell the truth. And delusional. That's also very important. We need to get rid of all this. Okay. Delusional mind. Okay. These are very critical. The grand predecessor tried to teach us how to cultivate. Okay. Next one is grand predecessor talk about, have I greatly accepted criticism? Have I have I have, have I abhorred kind and forgiving heart? Have I praised the virtues and concealed the faults for others? Giving credit to others while taking the blame, and be more humble. Okay, so sometimes people criticize us. Even we could be right, but people still criticize us. What happened? Are we very humble to accept? If we do have that problems, we change, we improve. If we don't have that problem, we will let it go. This criticism is very important as a cultivator, especially when we go to higher position, like temple host, speakers, lecturers, or transmitters. We have to be ready for accept that. Sometimes we might be there's nothing wrong with what we are doing, but people still criticize us. That's fine. We are very humble to accept that. Okay. We can say, have I had a bold and kind and forgiving heart? We need to be like a matriarch. Matriarch have big belly, but you know what? Because he has a broad, forgiving, and kind heart. We need to learn that. We need to have that. Every day, if we have that, we'll be very happy. We're forgiving. Okay? We'll forgive a lot of stuff. Have I praised the virtues? Yeah, some people are doing very well. Have we praised about them? Then if some people make a mistake, do we keep secret for them to save their face? Okay, that's a virtuous. Can we do that? Okay, and sometimes something happened, something didn't do right. We take a blame. If there are people doing good, if people are doing good, and we give the credit to them, are we doing that? So are we more humble? Are we humble? So that's very, very critical as a cultivators. To become sense of Buddha, it takes a lot of effort to get there. Those are the stuff we need to learn. We need to learn from, as a grand predecessor suggested. Have I refined my state of mind and forbearance? Put in the effort to be optimistic and cheerful all the time. After all, we must be earnest in cultivating. Not repeating a mistake is a virtuous and outstanding person. Okay? So now have we refined all might and forbearance? You know, especially since the Buddha always sends someone to test us, see where we are, which stage are we in the cultivation of propagating the Tao. Sometimes we see something, we are upset, we are angry, we lost ourselves, lost the emotion. We forgot. That's Buddha sent somebody to come to test us. We should be very happy because Buddha see us. We are qualified to be tested. Okay? So it's not bad things. If we are not that level, Buddha will not send somebody to test us. Okay? So every moment we need to maintain calm and still stay. Okay? Don't lose our temper, don't lose ourselves. I know it's not easy to do it. It's easy to say than done, but we need to try that. We need to try it. Okay? We need to put effort. We need to be optimistic, cheerful all the time, and gratitude what we have every moment. Okay. I just saw one video. I know it's in Chinese. That's why I did not play the video today in Chinese. I saw a lot of people in Africa. More than 1 billion people are starving. More than 1 people are starving there. No food to eat. No food to eat. Then they talk about what we have in USA, Asia, all those countries. Every day we waste a lot of food. Those wasted food can save more than 1 billion people in the world. So we didn't know that. They calculate. So we can just say, if we can, that's why it teach us when we cook, when we buy food, don't buy or cook too much. Buy enough food we can eat. So don't waste them. We can help a lot of living beings and sentient beings. Okay? After all, we must be earnest. We must be serious in cultivating. Okay? This lifetime, we receive Tao, we cultivate, we propagate the Tao. We try to cultivate our inner virtues and also earn some external merit. We can become a Buddhas. Okay? One day, if we go back to our original home, heaven, we can be like a big Buddha, make the other vow and come down again. But we don't want to come down from heaven again because our karmas, because our big karmas, we have to come down again. So we can go back this lifetime. Holy Teacher guarantee us 10,800 years if we really do what he said. Okay? Cultivate, propagate the Tao, be a good person. He guarantee us we will be there for 10,800 years. Okay? But after 10,800 years, it depends on all of us. Okay? But we don't want to repeat the same mistake. Okay? So not repeating the same mistake is a virtuous and outstanding person. Okay? Yeah. Confucius, the disciple Yan Fei, he's the person. Do not make the same mistake twice. Do not make the same mistake twice. I know it seems easy, but not easy for normal people. Okay? So we try to learn that don't make the same mistake twice. Okay? Next one. Grand predecessor we're talking about, or else if we continue with old habits and live in a perfunctory life, a bleak future awaits. We will sink into the bitter sea. So what does that mean? If we continue old habits mean we follow the routine without thinking about improvement. Okay? We don't even put a lot of efforts into it, like cultivating, like propagating. So live in a conformity means what? That's what happened. Don't put all that. It means minimum effort on the job or reflect ourselves. A bleak futures means a depressing future will wait for us. It will be a split set at the moment. We will sink into the bitter sea. Bitter sea is what? Will be seed of the cycle of life and death. Keep reincarnate. We will not get out from this cycle. We will keep reincarnate. So the bitter seed. From Buddha point of view, Buddha look all the sentient beings are in bitter seed because all the sentient beings couldn't get out from these cycles. Okay? Because they haven't received Tao. Even we receive Tao, we may not cultivate or propagate Tao. We do not try to correct, accumulate inner virtues or external merits. Okay, so a lot of people receive Tao, but they didn't have a chance to do that. That's why we hope our Holy Qigong disciple, we need to bring the people to receive Tao, especially introducers. You know, Holy Teacher talk about one thing. As a introducers or sponsors, we had a big responsibility. Not just bring them to receive Tao. We have to make sure they come to the class. They make sure they come to the temple and also come join the class, learn with all of us, so we can go back together. If they didn't go back one day in the future, if they didn't go back, and when I going back to the home in the future, they will blame all of us. We didn't put all the effort enough to help them. Okay, so we need to do that because as a introducer and sponsor, we got a lot of merits, but we also need to help them to go back with all of us. Okay, how can we tolerate the faults they follow us all around? So we don't want to. That's why we say we don't want to do the same thing, same mistake twice. We don't want to keep making the same mistakes. We need to improve every day if we can. Okay. Be mindful for the expectations of our ancestors and then descendants. Okay, not just ancestors. Yeah. So when we cultivate, a lot of people say we cultivate not just because our own, because ourselves, because our ancestors and descendants. How many of them? More than 10,000 of them. Okay, a lot of them. Thousands of them. Some people at least have 1,700 of them. If only one brother, one sister, 7th generation above, 9th generation below, then you have 1,700 plus. But if it's two brothers, two sisters, it could be more than 10,000 of ancestors and descendants. So one person we affect how many people, how many spirits. So that's why a lot of time we cultivate, not because of ourselves, because we want to help our ancestors and descendants. Okay? Be mindful of the teacher's virtues and heaven's grace, because that's what we can receive down, we can propagate. It looks so, for some of us, it seems easy to receive down, but it's not. Holy teacher always mentioned, even every Buddha mentioned, unless we cultivate 3 lifetimes before this life, we have no chance to receive down. We have no chance to receive down. Okay? And then, unless we cultivate 5 lifetimes before this life, we can attend the Dharma classes. Okay? So don't underestimate. One time I was in Pennsylvania to propagate it down, and then I think it's about 12 people are ready to receive that. But I did a publication for the DAO for those people. But the last one, the last lady, I was ready to open his gate. Use the holy teacher already to use my hand to open her gate, the first treasuries. She pushed my hand away. She pushed my hand away. She said, she just screaming, just push it away. She didn't want it. Then we find out she has some mental problem because she has some issues because her creditor did not want her to receive down. Okay, so that's what happened. So until something happened to all of us, sometimes I at that moment I always saw people talk on the stories or talk about the issues until I tried to propagate it down, and the person did not want to receive down and pushed my hand away, and I suddenly realized it's not easy for everybody to receive down unless we cultivate 3 lifetimes before this. Okay, before this lifetime. So we need to cherish the moment, cultivate, propagate it down, so we can have enough internal virtues and external merit to go back. Okay. If we don't have virtues, we don't have merits, and we go back to our home, heaven, then what happened? We'll come down again very quickly. Okay, we couldn't stay there too long. Think of sentient beings with loving kindness. Thinking of heading to one's futures. Okay. So, Grand Predecessor want us what? Always think about sentient being with a loving kindness, which is like Buddha. What Buddha are all doing? That's all Buddha are doing. Okay. Think of heading to one's future. We need to work on our fate. Okay, in the future, we need to know where we will go, where we'll be going in the future. Even our loved ones cannot help us. We need to have our own merit to go back, okay? And virtues. Even our loved one try to give virtues or merit to us. They cannot do it. Okay, we need to earn ourselves. Okay, definitely start diligently cultivating tomorrow. Okay, we translate to tomorrow, but even now, as soon as possible. Okay, we want to start now. When we can be pure and still, heaven and people are joyful, are so happy for us. But every day, we need to be pure and still, especially when we have nothing to do or keep our mind, get rid of all the affinities, do not raise a single thought. Stay in the pure and still state. Stay in the pure and still state. And then we can maintain that state, our Buddha nature will reveal, okay? And that's why heaven and people are joyful, okay? So happy for us. Yeah. What Buddha are doing, they maintain no thoughts, 24 hours a day and every day. They can maintain that. But for normal people, I know it's very hard, but we need to try to do it. Holy Teacher wants us to practice 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day. Get rid of all the affinities. Do not raise a single thought. Means no thought. Okay? Maintain a state. Okay? Maintain the clear, still state. Then eventually our Buddha nature will reveal, okay? Let our Buddha nature in charge, okay? Then make obeisance to the orders of God, repent our faults with a true heart. So if we can do that, we can keep cultivating, keep improving, then one day we can go back to the heaven and pay the bows, obeisance to the God, and repent our faults with a true heart. Every day, we need to repent our faults with a true heart. Okay, when we repent with a true heart, God will forgive all of us. Okay, but got to have a true heart, not just repent. Then what happened? Going to make the same mistake again in the future. We don't want to do that. Okay. Next one is Grand Predecessor is talking about at the end of each month, burn the document, report our faults to the heaven. Hence and forth, cultivate rigorously before going to sleep. Focus in the first treasures and steer the mind. Self-reflect to restore the bright virtues. Reveal the Buddha nature. So at the end of each month, we can write it down and burn the document. Okay, if you have a family temple at home, you can do that. And if you don't, you can do in public temple. Report our fault to the heaven. Okay, especially next week. Okay, it's Chinese New Year. Okay, usually once a year, our senior transmitter or other people, the leading lectures, will tell us we need to write down what kind of stuff our faults we have made this whole year. Okay, then we can burn the document, write it down, burn it, then report to the God, and we try to repent. Hopefully, the God will reduce our karmas. So let's do that. You can do it every month, and also do it at the end of year too. That's very important. So hopefully, everybody can do that. If we don't have temple at home, that's fine. You can write down all the what areas you can do better. Write it down, and then kneel down, face the window outside, and just report to the God and holy teachers. Okay, which area you want to improve next time, want to get better. Hopefully, the God and the Buddhas can forgive all of us. Okay. Then we also need to cultivate in extremely thoroughly and thorough and careful ways. Okay, means we need to be serious to cultivate, very, very restrictedly. Before going to sleep, focus on first treasury and still the mind. This is very important. Okay, let's talk about this step. Before going to bed, going to sleep, focus on the first treasury. We can close our eyes 80%, and then still our mind. Get rid of all the thoughts. Means do not raise a thought. Okay, at that time can keep clear and still mind. Okay, very important every day. Okay, then you also can do the other things. Self-reflect to restore the bright virtues that our Buddha nature reveal. Okay, so this we should do that every day. Okay, when we lie down on the bed, when we sit on a chair, when we're standing, we can do that all the time. Okay, close our eyes 80%. Okay, close the mouth. Okay, let our tongues touch the top of the mouth, and then clear the mind. Get rid of all the affinities. Do not raise a single thought. Maintain the clear and still state as long as we can. Try to do that every day. Yeah, and we will have less worries. Okay, get rid of all desire and emotions. Maintain that state. Okay, that's the main cultivation Buddha tried to teach us to do every day. Sometimes we don't say, how do we cultivate? How to become a Buddha? That's what Buddha do. All the Buddha do that every day. If we want to do that, we can do the same thing. Okay, that's what Holy Teacher teach us to do that. And Buddha Nature class also teach us to do that. Next one, maintain the precept. Follow one's duty and missions in this way, and our Tao practice naturally becomes stronger every day. But there are 2 points to keep firmly in mind. Perseverance and series. So maintain precept. Remember the first sentence we talked about in the beginning, our grand predecessor want us to maintain a precept. Means apply the precept to ourselves every day. Okay, we need to maintain it and follow each own. We have different duties and missions and position in this way, and our practice, we're getting better and better. Will improve every day. Okay, so we need to keep doing that. But the other 2 points we need to, as a cultivator, we need to keep in mind means what? Perseverance means persisting in doing something despite difficulty. Sometimes we facing difficulty, challenge, we stop. We didn't continue. We didn't persistent. And the other thing, we need to be serious, earnest. Okay, we're serious to doing the cultivation. We want to become a Buddha this lifetime. We don't want to come back next life, because Buddha, Holy Teacher always talk about it. Even we come back next life, we may not have Tao available. There may not be Tao available for us to receive, or even we do not have a temple for us to cultivate or propagate Tao. So even teacher may not be there with us. So if we can go back to become sense of Buddha this lifetime, why not? Okay, don't wait for next life. Okay, we have so many members. We already went back and then become sense of Buddha already. Okay, that's why that encourage us, all of us. We have opportunity to get there. Yeah. But we don't need to think about that. We just need to do the right thing according to grand predecessor's instructions every day. So I think this scripture is very well. Just read it every day. Okay, just remind ourselves every day if we can. Okay. Next one is uncertainty in inward nature. They will lead to instability in roots. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so uncertainty in our inward nature. It means our inner virtue is not stable, what happened? They will lead to instability in our root. Our Buddha nature, the root of Buddha nature. Okay? Yeah. So we need to calm down, still maintain the calm state all the time. Sporadic efforts lead to loss of the direction and focus. Actively use wisdom, benevolence, and courage. Vary ourselves when still, vary others when active. Okay. Sporadic effort means what? Means we put effort there, they expose something for 1 day, and then what? Freeze it for 10 days. Means we do cultivation for 1 day, then we take a rest, take a break for 10 days. Okay. So in that case, we will not be successful. We lost our direction. Okay. We will not get there. So actively, we need to use our true wisdom. Yeah, that's a true wisdom. Not just some people we talk about you are very smart. That's okay. That's good. But that's on the mundane world. You're smart. But true wisdom, Buddha talk about true wisdom means come from our Buddha nature. Okay, being benevolent, very kind. Okay, courage. We need to have those kind of features in ourselves. We need to bring people to receive Tao. Okay, we ferry ourselves when still, when we are alone, we are doing nothing. We need to ferry ourselves. Okay, let our Buddha nature reveal. But when we active, means we go out, we need to bring people, ferry others, bring people to receive Tao. Okay. Even now, we cannot go out to see all of the peoples. We can call them on the phone. Use the tool to help us to communicate with them, to build up good relationship, good affinities. When pandemic is over, we can bring them to come over to receive Tao. Okay. Nurturing compassion, pity leads to the loving heart. Lead to a loving smile constantly and spread the truth like broadcasting station. Have we done that? Follow seniors and guide juniors to transform the world. So grand predecessors want us what? Always show the compassion and pity, okay, to show our loving heart. And then we need to smile constantly. If we always smile. You know, the lady, holy teacher said, when people smile, the lady are like Guan Yin Buddha, very beautiful. And gentlemen will be like Holy Qigong Buddha, very handsome. Okay? We need to spread the Tao like broadcasting station. And so that's the important for all of us. Spread the Tao, spread the truth like broadcasting station. We need to go out and do it. Okay? Like broadcasting station. Yeah. Grand predecessors keep remind us. Yeah, we need to bring more people to receive Tao to propagate and cultivate with all of us. Follow the seniors and guide the junior. We need to follow the lead of these seniors. And then we need to guide the juniors. When people are coming in later on, we need to help them. Okay? Next one. Grand predecessor talk about diligently put an extra efforts day and night. Okay, cultivate internal virtues and external merits together. Someday attaining the highest level of Lotus platform, heaven and people together, sincerely joyful. Okay. So Grand predecessors want us to put into extra effort day and night. Everyone should do that. Okay. And we need to cultivate internal virtues. That's very critical, important. Is internal virtues and also external merits. Okay, these two things we need when we go back to the heaven. We need the virtues, we need the merits, and we also will bring our big karma with us. So we want to have more virtues and merits than the big karma. Okay, some days if we can do that, have a lot of internal virtues and external merits, what happens? we can attain the highest level of lotus platform, have a position in heaven. Okay, so heaven and people together sincerely joyful. They will be so happy for all of us. Next one, we need to repay the grace of parents for upbringing, comfort the painstaking efforts of predecessor. When our ancestors and descendants transcend, we can be considered with having put in our best effort. So we need to repay to our parents. Okay, what they have done for us. Okay, to bring us bring all of us. Comfort, we need to comfort our predecessor. You know what they did? Painstaking means they had done with a great care and also thoroughness. Means they take care of all of us. Okay? When our ancestors and descendants transcend, means they can avoid the reincarnation. They can go back with all of us. Then we can consider we have put in our best effort. We did a good job. Okay? If our ancestors, descendants can avoid the reincarnation, can cultivate, receive Tao, cultivate and propagate the Tao, accumulate enough merits and virtues, and can go with us together. Okay? If we do that, you know what Grand Predecessor said, and we can hurry to Nanping. Nanping is holy teacher live, Nanping's mountain. Okay? Make obeisance to holy teacher. We can go there, bow to our holy teacher, say, we are back. Okay? Return straight to absolute heaven and make obeisance to Holy Mother. That means God, Holy Spiritual Mother. Okay, heavenly position will be determined at the Donghua Assembly, free and unrestricted for 10,800 years in absolute heaven. So at the moment, if we have a good virtues and merits, and then we can go back to absolute heaven, and then what? We will have a position in heaven, okay? Then we will be free and unrestricted. Maybe even stay with saints and Buddhas for 10,800 years in the absolute heaven. But 10,800 years to all of us seems very long. But from Buddha point of view, they say that's not long enough. And after that, after 10,800 years, it depends on all of us. Okay? So if we receive Tao, we cultivate, we do good things, we do not do bad things. Okay? Then what happens? Holy teacher, we cultivate, not just receive Tao, we need to cultivate, propagate the Tao, have some virtues and merits. What happens? Holy teacher guarantee us we will be in heaven for 10,800 years. Okay? Yeah. So the reason we know that because when people passed away, even in Tao Temple, we can use channel media to bring those ancestors or relatives who passed away to in union with all of us, so they can tell us where they are, what they are doing. So there's evidence there to show they are already there in the heaven or not, and they even can tell us their positions. Okay, so hopefully we will be there one day together. Next, we're going to talk about Holy Teacher scriptures. In Chinese, Holy Teacher wants us to remember all those words. Okay, Chinese. Those are Chinese. We have to remember all of them. Okay. Hopefully, in English, we also can remember that. Okay. First thing is, this is from Holy Qigong teacher. If we are unable to control our mouth, we will be unable to gain others' respect. Okay, is that true? Everybody, think about it. If somebody says something we don't like it, we might lose the respect for the person. Okay, So we need, in order to, you want to control our mouth, we need to gain the respect from others, we need to control our mouth. Okay? If we are unable to control our temper, we will be unable to change our faith. Okay? So if we are unable to control the temper is, so the first thing to cultivate, the first thing we need to correct our bad temper. So correct our bad habits. So they will change our faith. Okay? Very important. Okay? If we are unable to control our heart and mind, we will be unable to transcend samsara, the cycle of reincarnation. Means the cycle of life and death. Means we cannot get out from this cycle. So we need to control the heart and mind. That's why we talk about no thought. No thought. Teacher keep talking about no thought. Okay? So we need to control our mind and heart. Don't just, when we have nothing to do, just think about all kind of stuff. No. Keep calm down. Maintain the still and clear state with no thought state. We need to do that. Okay? So otherwise we cannot transcend. We cannot avoid the reincarnation. Okay? You know, Guan Yin Bodhisattva talk about one thing. A lot of time we talk about the preciousness, or we talk about advantage of receiving Tao. We always talk about how to avoid the tragedies or calamities. But Guan Yin Buddha talk about the most important, the most precious of receiving Tao is what? Avoid the reincarnation. Avoid the reincarnation, the cycle of life and death reincarnation. Avoid the cycle of the life and death of reincarnation. That's one of the most important thing for people to receive Tao. They can avoid that. But we want to have enough merits, virtues, so we can stay there long enough. When we go home in the heaven, we can stay long enough. Okay? Holy teachers talk about if disciples constantly see faults in others, that means disciples need to improve our cultivations. So if we always constantly see other people's faults, it means we need to improve ourselves on cultivation. Okay? Yeah, so very important. If disciples constantly speak others' faults, others will also criticize us behind our back. Okay? So when we speak other people's fault, means others will criticize, will say something behind our back too. So we need to watch what we are doing, okay? If disciples constantly find the good, okay, this is good, I need to take it out. Yeah, I'll take it out later. In others, no, that good, no S. In others, the praise and admire others, then our cultivation are progressing, and others are certainly praising and admiring us. So it means we constantly find the goods in others and praise and admire others. That means others will do the same thing to us. That means our cultivation is getting better and are improving. Okay? So others are certainly praising and admire us. They will do the same thing to us. Say good words. Okay, holy teachers, everything come out from our mouth were always good. Say good words. No harmful words and double talk. Okay. Yeah, don't say something to hurt people. Double talk means say something to one person, say the other thing to the other person. So that's not good. Double talk. We don't want to do that. Okay. Then no insincere and excessive praise. Okay, and deceptive talk means everything we say we are very sincere. We don't want to excessive praise. Means it's not real. Okay, we don't want to do that. Excessive praise. It's no good. Okay, in company, especially people work on the job, you might hear a lot of excessive praise. especially people talk to each other, especially their bosses. Yeah, and deceptive talk. We don't want to have unreal or false talk. Yeah, especially right now, you can see that our society, we have a lot of issue right now. So we need to be careful. We don't worry about what other people do. That's their karmas. But we need to make sure we don't make the same mistake, create our own karma. That's very important, okay? No complaining about this or that. Yeah, we don't want to be complaining this, complaining that. Just calm down, gratitude, be content what we have every day, okay? What comes out of the mouth is pure, like a blue lotus. So everything we come out from our mouth is good words. It's very pure. We need to learn that, okay? It's not easy, especially we get emotion. We get emotional situation. We need to be careful, okay? Avoid talking too much. Talking about trivial matters. It means not important, okay? Not important or less value stuff. Trivial matters. So it means to get to the point, okay? Sometimes we talk too much, talk about unimportant stuff every day. We need to learn to avoid that. Focus on benefiting sentient beings. Whatever we do, whatever we say, we have to think about this will benefit sentient beings. Okay? Okay, nothing about ourselves. Okay. Manifest good-hearted and effective communication. So it means we need to maintain or show good-hearted and effective, skillful communication. Important every day, okay? Proper speech is admired to everyone. So to say proper words to the people is very important, okay? We need to dissolve conflict, discord in the instant. That means we have wisdom if we can do that, okay? We need to dissolve conflict when people have difference. And then we have a disagreement, okay? We can help them to dissolve in an instant. Means we are very virtuous and wisdom. We have wisdom in ourselves. Say good words. Every day, everything come out from our mouth are good, are pure. I praise you, you affirm me, you affirm and recognize me. Okay? So we praise people, but it's very sincere and not excessive. Okay? Then you affirm me and recognize me. You say positive and good things about me. So everyone gets along joyfully forever. Okay? Everyone will get together very happy. Find the good in others. Okay, so we have said the good to others, but in the meantime, we need to find the good in others. That's very important. Okay, we have to learn. All of us have to learn that. Okay, or find the good in others, especially the loved one, especially the families, the peoples around all of us. Okay, learn to see the good quality in others. Learn to see the good features in others, good sides in others. So we need to learn that. Okay. Fortune and true wisdoms will keep accumulating. If we can do that, if we can do it above, okay, find the good in others, see the good quality in others, then what fortune and true wisdom will keep accumulating. We'll have more and more every day. Okay. Interpreted everything with a good intention means understand everything with good intention when people do to us. Okay? Sometimes when people do something, we misunderstand what they mean. Sometimes we think about negative intention or negative impression. That's not good. We need to change that. Okay, so we need to look good side of the things, view things positively. Okay, that's very important in everyday life. People, matters, and things will turn into good affinity. If we can do all those stuff, above stuff, that means what? People, matter, things around all of us will turn into good affinities. We need to maintain all the good affinity with everything around all of us. You know why? Holy Teacher said one thing. If we have a bad affinity with one thing, we might come back next life just for them. If we have a bad affinity with other people or other things, we might come back next life just for that. So it's not worth it. We have to be careful. We don't want to create bad karma and bad affinities. Be contentment. We will not have frequent complaints. Okay, be happy, be gratitude. And then we will not have enough, we will not have frequent, we will have too many complaints. Okay? Yeah, so try to learn that. When we do with appreciation, we will not have we have no narrow-mindedness. So if we have gratitude, we are happy, we are content. Then what happened? We will be happy. We will be living like in the heaven. We will be like Buddha. We will have no narrow-mindedness. We will like Buddha. Okay. Willing change our frame of mind. So we are willing to change ourselves. Okay, the frame of mind every day. So based on all the stuff we talk about above, Holy Teacher mentioned above, we willing to change that. Okay, willing to improve that. Progress will naturally comes out. Improvement will naturally come out. If we keep doing that, improvement will naturally coming out. Yeah, I think we need to, all of us, yeah, we can print out those scriptures and then remind ourselves every day, every moment. Then we will be better and better every day. Okay, heaven is not far away. Okay, we're doing that. Yeah, heaven is right in front of us. It's not too far away. Okay. Establish ourselves by finding the good in others. Okay, so finding the good in others. Let's keep Holy Teacher keep talking about finding the good in others. Okay, that's very important. Okay, we need to start from there. Okay, find the good in others. Okay, yeah. Look at others. Others look at that and us. Okay, the more we see in each other, the more pleased we will be with each other. Okay, so that's what the teachers talk about. In this case, we look good in others, and the others look the good of ourselves. Then what happened? The more we see each other, the more we see the good in each other, the more pleased we will be with each other. We'll be in heaven. We'll be in harmony. We'll be so happy together. Okay, so we'll stop here. Next week and next time we'll talk about this book, The Answers to the Truth. Everybody should have a book on their hand. So we'll talk about a little bit some questions Holy Teacher talked in this book. This book is written by the Holy Teachers, Qigong Buddha. So we will talk more details next time. And we will also talk the admonishment from the Namu from God to the children in the future too. So when we talk about the answer to the truth, so everybody should have a book. If you can get one book for yourself, very important. Have a book in your hand. There's part in Chinese and the other part in English. So the Holy Teacher put all the questions there and put all the answers for all of us. Okay? Thank you, everybody. If I said something improperly today, I ask forgiveness from the God, from Holy Masters, and then ask all of you to give me some advice. Thank you.